Hi, I'm Vuokko. I'm a product designer at Monzo. I started in June when we were 100 people, and now we're over 200. So in a sense, I'm new, but in another way, I'm one of the first ones. I'm going to talk about how we designed overdrafts and some of the thinking behind that process tonight. As you probably know, we got our full UK banking license in, I believe, April this year, and one of the things it allows us to do is offer overdrafts to our users. And since August, in August we started this overdraft preview, which we've been very slowly rolling out to our users and seeing how people like it. And we've now very recently built all the functionality for Android as well, when we're opening that up too, but slowly. But I'll get back to that later. So this is our approach. In a nutshell, we show kind of a reminder feed item at the top of your feed if you're in overdrafts, and you can tap on it to get details. And the reason for this is I think a lot of other banks try to hide their overdrafts charges or even the fact that you're in overdrafts, and we want to do things completely differently, which is be completely transparent about when you're in overdrafts and what you're paying us and when, and just kind of turn that whole thing around, because I think we can do a lot by being responsible and transparent. We get a lot of messages and tweets from our users saying we've helped them get out of debt or balance their budget, and that's something we're really proud of, and we don't want to sacrifice with a lending feature in our app. Yeah, this is a pretty crazy statistic that I saw. Almost 1 in 4 overdrafts users in the UK don't even know that they're in overdrafts, which is really crazy considering how expensive that is. So that was kind of the starting point for us, which is to at least let people know that they are in overdrafts and what it's costing them. So we, of course, want people to use overdrafts, but temporarily, and then get out of them. And yeah, but I'll get back to that later. First, a blast from the past. This is some screenshots, some early designs from the Monzo app before our name change from the prepaid days. We started exploring overdrafts really early, together with a company called Lendable, and these are some of our designs where we explored how we could do overdrafts without being an actual bank, but this was actually never built or shipped because of reasons. But then later we got our banking license, and this is just a screenshot I grabbed. We got our banking license, and we had to present these customer journeys describing how we conduct business as a bank. So that's what we did, and one of the things we highlighted was our overdrafts and how we would do them. And then finally, we were ready to go, and we hired a head of lending, and we built an iOS prototype that we could test and see how we should do things. So that's what we did, and we built a prototype, or 3 actually, that we user tested. We did a lot of user feedback sessions and surveys and user testing. And we tested 3 different kinds of charging models. There was like an APR-based interest rate one, 50p a day, and 1p per £10 per day, I believe. And we showed those around. So here you can see a notification. You're nearly out of cash. Do you want to know about overdrafts? Is the notification there? And you can say yes, tell me about it, or no. And these are the different charging models. The feedback we got from this was that overwhelmingly people did not understand the interest-based one, so we just let go of that. And actually the 50p a day and 1p per £10 a day, they were really like neck and neck, and I think it was kind of a tie, so we decided to go with the 50p a day for now to start with, just because. Oh, as a designer, I have to say the 1p per £10 per day, that was a solution, like a very simple solution that was found through design, which is really great. But we went with the 50p per day one because it's really easy to communicate. It's really easy to remember, understand. It's just a really concise thing. We can say, if you remain in your overdrafts for the remaining 8 days of the month, you'll pay £4. There's no extra charges. Like, that's really simple. Which I think it's not always the best model, isn't always the cheapest in every single scenario. It can also be the simplest to remember and plan for, just to have that peace of mind. Like, okay, I'm not going to pay more than £15 a month is the maximum if you're in overdraft every single day. But it's, you know where you stand, and it's easy to calculate. Yep. And then after we had decided on the 50p a day, we built the actual thing and shipped it. By the way, the 50p a day wasn't even our like profit maximizing option based on our calculations. Of course, everything's just a calculation at this point, but it just seemed like the Monzo way to do things. So we built our thing. So what happens is when you get close to zero, we alert you in the app, and we say you're close to zero. Would you be interested in overdrafts? And you can, at this point, you can decline, and you can say no, thank you. Just bounce my payment, and no, we won't charge anything. But if you do sign up, or if you go forward, there's a little calculator, and you can see what the different cost is for different scenarios in your life, and you get a clear picture of what this would cost you. And we tell you what overdrafts are meant, how overdrafts are meant to be used, and what they're for, and you can apply in the app. As I'm sure some of you are Android users, as you know, we don't currently have the pulse graph, as we call it, on Android, which is a real shame. We never really had the engineering bandwidth to build it. It's been designed forever, like the basics of it, but we never really had the time to build it. But now with overdrafts, it seemed like now is the time that we need it for, just to make this a user-friendly thing on Android as well, just to have that visual component of seeing all the days you're in overdrafts and where you're going. So we've been building it. We're actually currently building it, working through the different problems, and it's really interesting. I think it'll be better than before. I worked with some problems like on Android you have the menu, the side drawer menu with the hamburger icon in the left corner, like that just completely ate into the graph. So we're probably putting all of those things into the app, into the tabs. On Android, you usually have search in the top right. I'm not sure what we're going to do about that yet, but for now it's there. And also some Android phones are pretty small, so we've been trying to make the graph a little more compact with the labels and everything. What else is happening with the graph? Yeah, that's mostly it. You see on the top here the reminder that you're in overdrafts. So that's really cool. I'm really excited. I think the graph will turn out pretty cool. So in summary, overdrafts are a really expensive thing in general. And if you want longer term credit, there's other better solutions out there. So, and our way of communicating this to make it really obvious when you're in overdrafts and when you aren't. I think over 10% of people in the UK actually live in their overdrafts, which is pretty insane. And I think we have a big opportunity to help people by designing a responsible and transparent model of doing overdrafts. And we actually have a head of financial difficulties who's been with us for quite a long time now, and he together with his team, they're responsible for helping people in financial hardship, and they'll be responsible for identifying people in persistent overdraft debt and helping them back into a healthy financial position. I mean, we know that uncontrolled debt is has a really negative impact on your mental health. If that's the case, and that's not what we want for our customers. And we do have to make money as a to be a viable business, but that doesn't mean we have to like rip people off or sell out. So we're trying this 50p a day thing, and if it doesn't work, we can always pivot and try something else. But if you do end up trying overdrafts, please let us know what you think about the 50p a day or anything else, and we'd be happy to take that feedback and continue building like a transparent product. I know it's not available. I can't get overdrafts in Monzo yet, so it's not really that widely spread yet. But if you do see it, let us know. That's it. I'm at Vuokko on Twitter, and yeah, we can happy to take your questions. Thanks.